What's up, guys? This is Bobby Douglas, and we are back again today with another 2020 NBA Draft Prospect full game video breakdown. And remember, we watched the full games just to get a better feel for the prospect, strengths and weaknesses as they show themselves throughout the full game, rather than just looking at segmented clips or highlights. That doesn't really give us a great overall view. Really, the best way to evaluate prospects, in my opinion, is to watch a full game straight through and watch every single play. So that's what we do here. And today we're going to be looking at TCU guard Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane had a really interesting college career. He was a very solid player for TCU for all 4 years. His three-point percentage never dipped below 38%. He shot 50% or higher from the field in his first 3 seasons. This year, he was a little bit off. He only shot 45% from the floor this year. But again, that was on more volume, and he was really the guy on TCU's roster this year. Really impressive numbers this season, though. 16.6 points a game, 6.3 rebounds, 4 assists. Again, 43% three-point shooter, which is outstanding. A steal and a half a game. So lots of things to like about Bane. Smart, heady veteran guy. I think his most accurate comparison is Malcolm Brogdon, who obviously played for 4 years at Virginia, and then came and won Rookie of the Year his first year in the NBA. So that's something to keep in mind when you're watching Desmond Bane. And the game I picked today was against Texas Tech. And this is probably Bane's best game of the season, actually. TCU wins the game by 11. He has 27.6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. So, yeah, let's watch the game right now. And he's going to be number 1 in purple for TCU. So, again, I really like Desmond Bane. I have him as a top 30 prospect on my big board right now. I believe he sits at 28th. And, again, he's going to be number 1 on TCU. So, he's going to be guarding Davide Moretti for Texas Tech right now. And we'll watch him play. And then you can see he's a very smart defender, very active defender. Not the quickest guy. And you see right there, he kind of got caught on that back screen right there. Gave Moretti an open 3. Not the quickest guy, just a really smart, high-level team defender. Offensively, he's got a really nice shooting stroke, obviously. He can get to the rim pretty well. Doesn't really have great separation skills, but he's just an overall very efficient scorer. Has some pretty good vertical athleticism, but horizontally, he needs a little bit of work, I would say. And again, he's 6'6", so he has a good build. I think he's built to play off ball in the NBA more than on the ball. You can see right there, his handle's not great. Struggles to get separation, but again, that shot's just a flamethrower, and he knocks down the NBA range 3 right there. He goes 6 of 8 from 3 in this game, by the way, as well. So again, they have him on Davide Moretti, who's probably Texas Tech's most lethal perimeter threat. And again, he's super hard worker. Everybody at TCU loves him. Nobody has a bad thing to say about him. He's just one of those guys that everybody loves. Again, works hard. And so, yeah, I tend to like these types of players in going into the NBA draft, especially in a draft where there's really no elite level talent. You're looking for guys who can just contribute early in their careers. I think Desmond Bane's a strong candidate to do so. And so he can run a little bit of 1 and 2, I think. Even some 3. I think he could be capable of guarding them in the NBA. Ceiling is a little bit limited, but again, in the range where he's going to get drafted, I don't really think you're not really drafting for high ceilings in that range. So I don't think that's a major issue with him. But again, I wouldn't take him in the top 20, even though I've seen some mocks taking him in the top 20. I have him as 28th right now, as I said earlier. And again, I don't see that as... I think I'm at the higher end of the Desmond Bane spectrum. And I do think he's a very clear first-round prospect for me. So again, he's on Moretti again. That time he did a good job getting around that screen and staying attached to Moretti. So at 6'6", you can really utilize him off the ball, which I think will be a major strength in the NBA. Let's see what he does here. Again, quick release, good form. Drano again. That was a really clean shot, and obviously, this is his night, so. But again, I do think he's very good coming off of screens. He has a quick release. And again, he's never been a bad three-point shooter in his career. So he shot 38% his freshman year. And every other year since then, he was above 40%. And this year, he was 43.3% from three. So that's really impressive, consistent shooting. You look at a guy like Aaron Nesmith, and Aaron Nesmith blew people away because he shot 52% from three this season in 14 games only, but on 8 attempts a game. And the thing people don't realize about Nesmith is that he shot 34% from three as a freshman. So, and that's pretty average for a college wing. Bane has been really good from three his entire career at TCU. If he hits this one, yeah, okay, that one was a heat check. But again, he does have that NBA range. The 2 threes he's made so far have been well past the college line. That was a fun little charge attempt that he tried to take right there. Tried a little back Iverson cut on Moretti right there. Doesn't have great separation skills off or on the ball. He's going to need screens to get open, I think, a lot in the NBA. Pick and roll, I'm not sure how he'll handle that necessarily or if that will be in his primary role. Grab that board. But he's certainly capable of handling the ball, I would say. But I think he's much better suited playing off. Got a foul here in a media timeout, so I think this video I found has commercials, so it's longer than it should be, but it's fine. So now he's on Kyler Edwards, and Texas Tech was running a horn. That time he was a little bit slow getting out of the screen. It led to a 2-on-1. That was just textbook pick and roll operation from Texas Tech right there. So again, Bane's trying to get loose. Nothing really materializing there. But again, you can tell he's a senior. Just look at his arms, like they're very toned. He's been in the weight room. He's put in his time in college. And again, in this type of a draft, I tend to value more experienced, older players a little bit more just because there isn't that top-level talent that we've seen in other drafts. So I'm a bit more high on Desmond Bane in this draft than I would be in next year's draft or in last year's draft even. So he's in the lane right now. Head's on a swivel. Really good job. Just making sure he stays ball you man. You'll never see him stand still on defense off the ball. A lot of guys will get lazy and, they'll become upright. Bane's always in a stance. Good job right there getting to a spot. Just missed the floater, but I like the slow down move he did right there. So here's Bane again. Instead of ball screen, it looks like. That's, he finishes this game with 2 turnovers, so that's obviously one of them. I think he's more suited playing off the ball than on the ball. I think he could be a decent secondary distributor on offense, but I'm not really sure if he's really capable of leading a team just because he doesn't really have that elite separation. He does pass pretty well. He averaged 4 assists a game, not primarily playing point guard, so that's pretty solid. But averaged around 2.5 turnovers a game as well. I'm just not really sure that's the best role for him. I think he's an overall smart player, but I think he can be used in way better situations, if I had to guess. I believe Bane goes out here. So I will, let's see. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Bane goes out here. So I'll skip ahead to 1955 is when he comes back in. There. So he's only out for effectively for around 2 minutes. He played 35 minutes in this game, by the way, as well. And I believe he's in for the rest of the first half in its entirety. The final 11 and a half minutes here. Good job getting over that screen and recovering on Moretti. But again, if you want to evaluate a guy's off-ball defense, honestly, one of the best things to do is just watch his head. See if it's moving back and forth. See if he's in his stance. You know, things like that can really tell you a whole lot about how engaged they are on defense. Because everybody looks engaged on the ball. It takes a special type of apathy and laziness to not be engaged on the ball. But off the ball, you can learn a lot more about a defender's mindset. That time he got put in a tough situation. Had to guard the post, and then he had to rush out and grab the three. Ultimately a made shot, but that's a tough play for Bane. So here he goes, going to operate in a ball screen again. That time he was looking for a little slip pass. Really good shot right there. Again, off the dribble. Doesn't need a lot of separation to get his shot off, and that's just because his release is so quick and it's high. I do think that'll hurt him in the NBA a little bit in terms of getting his shot off more consistently off the dribble. But in college, you saw he doesn't need much room to get his shot off, which is really good because he doesn't really have that elite separation that you're really looking for. Texas Tech is also a no-middle team, so they try to force every driver to the sideline and keep him out of the middle. So they'll ice a lot of ball screens on the wing, things like that. So that's what they're going up against TCU. That time it was a good cut from Bane. He might have been able to get a pocket pass reception in there, but point guard didn't hit him. Again, I do think one of the things that he's very good at is moving off the ball. He's very comfortable just coming off of screens, rising and firing. Not super quick, but I think he's not quick, but he's elusive. So he can lose guys through screens and just taking odd paths to get the ball back and ultimately get open shots. So again, he's bouncing off the ball, immediately finds his man for a box out. That time the ball just didn't bounce his way. That's Terrence Shannon Jr. I think he's going to be a pro as well. People are talking about him going in the first round of 2021. Here's Bane again. TCU likes to run a back screen and then have their point guard do like almost a UCLA cut, and then they'll take that into a ball screen for Bane and then let him operate. There's Moretti again. That wasn't on Bane though, but Texas Tech I do think is a Final Four caliber team next year, and that's without Jonathan Kuminga, and they might get him. They just have so many talented wings and just guys who can just defend their asses off. So Bane off the ball. Looks like there was a foul there. Something. So Bane's now guarding Chris Clark, who's more of a forward than a guard. I would say. But again, with that size, at 6'6", he can guard smaller forwards and be okay. It's actually probably almost better for him because he's not the quickest player. So, and then these forwards aren't super quick in college either. So he can probably match up a little bit more precisely with smaller forwards. Grab that rebound. And again, just because he isn't quick doesn't mean he doesn't have athleticism. All these guys are athletic, obviously. And Bane, I'm not sure if we'll see any in this game, but he can throw it down. If you watch highlights of him, he can get up and dunk on people. That's something that he does have in his bag. It's just the functionality of his athleticism is probably a little bit limited. And I think he's going to, in the NBA at least, he'll rely more on his basketball IQ than his athleticism, which is fine because he is a very smart player. Yeah, they got, ooh. I wish he shot that. If the inbounder threw it to Bane immediately instead of hitting it in the corner first, probably could have been an open three. So again, Bane's on Jamias Ramsey, who is thought to be a first-round pick. I have him in my top 35. I want to say I think he's 35th. So I have him just outside the first round. So again, Bane, he has a knack for just getting lost in the defense, and that's a good thing. Just knowing when to break and getting open. Right there, that's a really good cut. Just read it perfectly, immediately saw the double, cut to the open spot, knock down the mid-range jumper. He's kind of stealthy in that regard, where defenders lose him easily, despite him not really being super quick. So it's an interesting trait to have. Good job getting through that ball screen right there. And now he's just all over Chris Clark. Almost came away with this deal. And then right into a really good contest on Kyler Edwards, I think that is. Really good defensive sequence from him. See what he does here. Oh, a travel. Wow. So here's Bane. Didn't do much there. Just trying to set up the offense, it looked like. Good screen set by Bane right there. Got his hip into him. Just knocked him off the course a little bit. So he missed that shot, but I like that move from him. That little hesitation and then into a fall-away jump shot. Again, you saw his form right there. It was very square, even off movement. So I think that's a very underrated aspect of his game, too. He's always square, which is huge in the NBA. That just creates so much consistency in your shot, and it obviously paid off for Bane because his percentages have been really good all 4 years at TCU. That's just an unfortunate play. Not much going on there. That time a little bit slow to stay attached to, I think that's Terrence Shannon, but didn't hurt him. Now he's on the ball. Good job getting through that screen right there. Really good job. That time he did a really good job staying low. And then, oh, that time, that's tough. That's a scramble. Luckily, the shot didn't go in for him. But on that ball screen, though, he did a really good job staying low. And then just kind of just warping and moving his body around the screen instead of letting himself be taken by it. And again, that just comes with a bunch of reps, a bunch of experience, and that's why I really like these four-year players this year, because you're looking for guys. This isn't a draft where you're looking for stars. This is a draft where you are looking for just guys who can contribute on winning teams. And Desmond Bane, I think, perfectly fills that role. Good job stunting and recovering. Good back cut again. And that's a really good find. See if he hits it. Yep. Again, right there, just knows exactly where the space is on the floor. You saw the second that double team came up, he immediately cuts back door. And then, right then, he just fires a bullet pass to the opposite side corner for an open three. It's a really good sequence from Bane again. Again, that just comes with just experience, knowing your teammates, knowing what you're capable of. Really impressive. And that comes with playing college for 4 years. Looks like we got a foul on Tech. Got another foul here. Skip ahead. Good steal from Jemias Ramsey right there. So again, Bane adjusting his body, head on a swivel. Very aware, off the ball. We got, I believe it's a shooting foul, so I'll skip ahead. So Texas Tech is coming again with the pressure. And again, they don't really have Bane dribble the ball up against pressure. So that's something to look at as well. And that's why I think he's more of a 2 than a 1 in the NBA. So now Bane's on Edwards. And there's Moretti again. Just drills it. He's going to be missed at Tech next year. Kick it. Yep. Good swing pass from Bane. Ooh, he could have been open. Yep. That's what he does here. Good step back. Drain out. That's so good. And again, that's an NBA level shot. A lot of guys in college don't really have that shot yet. Bane definitely has it. And again, it's such a quick release. It's pretty much unguardable if he gets an inch of space. I want to see a replay. We're not going to get a replay of it, but are we? Yes, we are. Okay, so it'll be, yep, right there. Step back, just clean. The same shot every time. Very impressive stuff. So you can see already has 14 points. And then you see the typo right there. It's 42% field goal. That's 42% from 3, not 42% from the field. I think that should have been a block. I don't know. Let's see. You got free throws now, so. So Bane is positionally aware again, just seeing the ball, making sure he has tabbed on his man in the corner. Same thing. Again, he's another one of those guys who talks on defense and offense. Is a good communicator. We saw that with Tillman, I think, a few days ago. Was getting ready to set up to take the charge there. I think they're reviewing this, so. Unless we missed something here. Yeah, this is a review, so. There you go. Really good job staying attached through all the. Looked like a fray right there. Tough foul call. Yeah, more of this. Again, a really good job dodging that off-ball screen. Final seconds of the first half here. So again, you can see what Texas Tech is trying to do. They just try to force Bane to go to the sideline. Got more fouls here. Good job from Bane right there. He got 2 deflections on that play. It busted up a layup. That was a really good aware. Again, a really aware play defensively right there. Very solid job. Got the final 1.4 seconds left of this half. Again, Bane just staying attached to him already. And that's the first half. So I'll end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. And we will be back soon with the second half of this game, where we will continue to take looks at Desmond Bane. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps me out. And we'll see you then. Thanks.